Good morning, friends. Happy Thursday. We got about a day and a half till the weekend, thank God. Week's been going by pretty quick here. Hope it is for you too. Anyway, we are doing our Week 11 preview. Yeah, we are already at Week 11 in the college football season. Got some news items to get to, of course, quite a few. Then we're going to preview things that have happened or they're going to happen this weekend. Got a few things that happened this week in scores in terms of college basketball and college football. We'll go over that. Before we get started, hit the subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything, wherever it is. With it, let's get started. First CFP rankings of the year came out, what was it, Tuesday? Nothing really surprised me. We all know that's going to change here in the next few weeks. Teams are going to be losing, teams are going to be winning, making a case. So the first ones are just kind of interesting to look at, see who all's in there, but really don't start paying really a lot hard attention until a couple weeks from now. But anyway, they're out there for the look at. Purdue running back Devin McElby, unfortunately, will miss the rest of his final college football season. He had ankle surgery on an injury that happened in the Rutgers game. He is the fourth leading rusher in Purdue history, 2,987 yards. Otis Anderson's on that list. Remember some of you old school guys? Remember Otis Anderson from years ago? He's on that list too. And Devin McElby, he's right there with him, just a little bit behind him. So that sucks, man. Your final college football season, you can't play the rest of the season. Don't worry, Devin. Ankle will get better and things will be better. Louisville's leading rusher, Isaac Brown. Head coach Jeff Brom said he's going to be out for a while with a lower leg injury. He injured that in the Virginia Tech game. However, running back depth at Louisville, pretty concerning. So I don't know how the rushing game is going to be after this, but who knows? Maybe they'll get him back. They say he's just going to be out for a while. They didn't specify the exact injury or what a while means. He may just be out for a couple weeks. Who knows? But anyway, we'll see what happens there. Alabama running back or defensive back Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. suspended indefinitely. He was arrested Saturday on 3 counts of reckless endangerment and 1 count of attempting to elude and speed. So evidently he did something stupid. He was trying to run from the cops. And they suspended him. So there you go. Indiana, they will be without starting guard Drew Evans for the second straight game. Undisclosed injury. Nobody said anything. But they may get their linebacker Aiden Fisher back from a left knee injury. So you lose a guy, gain a guy back possibly. So not all is bad there for Indiana. Let's see what else we got here. Monday Night Basketball. This is pretty cool. Kansas freshman Darian Peterson scored 21 points in 22 minutes. They beat Green Bay 94-51, but that's pretty impressive, I think. 22 points in 21 minutes, and you're a freshman. A lot of people can keep their eyes on that guy this season. And LSU, they make interim AD Verge Osbury. Took the interim tag off, made him athletic director. He has been given full authority to hire a football coach whenever that may happen. All right, so some of the things that happened the last few days. Monday, we had an upset in basketball in the top 25. Number 13, Arizona, beat number 3, Florida, 93-87. Wildcats Pete, 30 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Bradley had 27 points. They shot 49% from the field. 13 turnovers, though, so it wasn't all bells and whistles for them. For Florida, Howe, 27 points, 4 rebounds. Lee had 14 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. They shot 43% from the field, and they had 2 less turnovers. They only had 14 turnovers in that game. Tuesday, no top 25 upsets in basketball. But football, Ohio, they got their 6th win. They are bowl eligible. They're 6-3 now. They beat Miami of Ohio 24-20. Game was 3-3 at halftime. Ohio's Navarro, 201 passing yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Bangura, 102 rushing yards and a touchdown. Nice game for him. Miami of Ohio's Finn, he threw for 194, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Both had under 20 first downs in this game, both under 340 total yards. Not much happened last night. I think it's Toledo. They got their 5th win, so they need one more to become bowl eligible. Who are they playing? Akron, I think. I forget who they were playing, but yeah, one more win, they can be bowl eligible. All right, so tonight, 6:30 ESPN2, 3-5 Georgia Southern versus 4-4 Appalachian State. Each of these guys average under 140 rushing yards a game, so they got some work to do in their running department. This one here is kind of interesting, though. 6:30 on ESPN. 4-4 UTSA versus 6-2 South Florida. These guys are close in points per game, total yards, passing yards, rushing yards, and points given up on defense. South Florida is better on third down. Remember, though, last week, 6-1 Tulane went to San Antonio to play UTSA. UTSA beat them and beat them pretty good. So could UTSA pull another upset second week in a row? I don't know. Maybe it's worth checking out to find out, see if that happens. All right, tomorrow night, Friday, 7 p.m. on FS1, 7-2 Houston plays 4-4 South Florida, or Central Florida. I'm sorry, 4-4 UCF, Central Florida. They are close in offensive stats, though, when you look up the numbers. U of H's Wigman, 1,890 yards, 16 touchdowns, 9 rushing touchdowns. Only 4 interceptions on the year, so that's not bad, but he has been sacked 15 times. Central Florida's defense, they got 19 sacks on the year, 6 by defensive end Malachi Lawrence. So where the offense isn't producing, the defense evidently is. 8 p.m. on Fox. This could be an interesting one. 5-3 Northwestern going to the West Coast to play number 20 USC. USC better in total yards, passing yards. They are close in rushing yards and on third down. USC averages 40 points a game. Northwestern's defense only giving up an average of 18 points a game. So that could be a cool little battle there if you're going to watch the game. 8 p.m. on ESPN2. We just mentioned them. 6-2 Tulane versus number 22 Memphis. Retzlaff for Tulane averages 203 yards a game, 7 touchdowns. Got 3 interceptions on the year. He's run for 9 touchdowns. Lewis for Memphis. He averages 208 yards a game. He's got 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's ran for 8 touchdowns. He's been sacked 17 times this season. He was injured in the Rice game, but they say he looked okay in practice to go, according to the coaches. These two are close in the passing and the rushing game. Tigers average more points a game, though, than Tulane. Tulane defense this year, 16 sacks, 6 interceptions. So it might be a pretty good game for a Friday night. 6-2 Tulane versus number 22 Memphis. Could be pretty good. And it's 8 p.m., so you get to go a little later in the night for some college football. Saturday, 11 a.m. on Fox. Number 2 Indiana versus 3-5 Penn State. Like a lot of Penn State's games now, this game looked really good back in August. But I mean, hell, it is, it is what it is. 11 a.m. on ESPN. Number 5 Georgia versus 5-4 Mississippi State. They actually are close enough in the offensive categories, both of these guys. Both average 33 points a game. Bulldog defense gives up an average of 25 points a game. Georgia defense gives up 20 a game. Georgia, 8 sacks. Mississippi State, 18 sacks. So, I don't know. Could be a good defensive game there. 11 a.m. on ABC. This one looks like it's pretty good. Number 8 BYU versus number 19 Texas Tech. BYU better in the rushing game, but as expected, Texas Tech is better in the passing game. Points given up, total yards, passing yards, and they also a little better on third down than BYU. BYU's defense, 17 sacks. Linebacker Jack Kelly has 5. They also got 12 interceptions. Texas Tech defense, man, they got 28 sacks this year. Outside linebacker David Bailey, 12 of them by himself. Outside linebacker Romel Height, he's got 6. Defense also has 10 interceptions. 4 of those interceptions are by cornerback Bryce Pollock. Texas Tech defense, man, they are really on it this year. 11 a.m. on the ACC Network, 6-3 SMU coming off the big Miami win versus 1-8 Boston College. BC's defense giving up an average of 33 points a game. That ain't good. 11 a.m. on TNT. Colorado versus West Virginia, both 3-6. It was announced last couple of days. I forget the guy's name, but Colorado's going to start their freshman quarterback in this game. So, anyway, it's on TNT. TNT does a pretty good job. I like TNT so far. Them and CW. I think they do a good job. Both those guys. 11 a.m. on ESPNU. 6-2 Southern Miss versus 5-4 Arkansas State. Both close in offensive categories. Southern Miss does score more points a game than Arkansas State. 11 a.m. on CBS Sports Network. 5-4 Temple versus 4-4 Army. Army better in the rushing game, of course. Temple better in the passing game. 11 a.m. on ESPN2. 7-1 James Madison versus 4-4 Marshall. James Madison quarterback Alonzo Barnett, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's ran for 10 touchdowns also. Noon on Big Ten. Number 1 Ohio State versus 2-7 Purdue. Purdue started off pretty good this year. They just kind of fallen off. Remember that several years ago? When I think it was a Thursday night. Was it Thursday or Friday night? Ohio State went to West Lafayette and Purdue beat them. Don't think that's going to happen this year, but it's kind of fun to reminisce sometimes. Noon on SEC Network. 4-5 Citadel going to play number 7 Ole Miss. They actually are close in the rushing game. This is kind of crazy. Ole Miss way better in the passing game though. Noon on ESPN Plus. 5-3 Missouri State versus 4-4 Liberty. Southeast Missouri State defense, they got 13 sacks, 7 interceptions on the year. 1:30 on FS1, 4-4 Maryland versus 4-5 Rutgers. Both started off good this year. Both have had horrible Octobers. If I remember right, Maryland went 0-4 in October, and I think Rutgers won 1 game in October. So they are not October teams. Maybe November will be better. 2 p.m. on ESPN Plus. 5-3 Jacksonville State versus 2-6 Utah. UTEP. Jacksonville State running back Cam Cook, 1,054 yards, 11 touchdowns. Same thing. 2 p.m. ESPN Plus. 1-7 Charlotte versus 5-3 Eastern Carolina. Eastern Carolina quarterback Caden Hauser averages 281 passing yards a game. He's got 12 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, 4 rushing touchdowns this season. Same thing, 2 p.m. ESPN Plus, 5-3 Louisiana Tech versus 4-4 Delaware. Delaware 4-4. They're holding their own in FBS. You gotta give it to them. Look at some of these teams that went to FBS and they're not doing all that hot. I know they're 4-4, but still, they're you expect them to be 0-6 or 2-6 or 0-8. But hey, 4-4. They're kind of holding their own this year. 2:30 ABC. We got a house divided here. Number 3 Texas A&M versus number 19 Missouri. Brother-in-law went to Missouri. Niece went to Missouri. Sister went to A&M. Got another A&M in the family, so kind of got a split house this week. Texas A&M and Missouri. These two are close in offensive production, believe it or not, and points scored per game. However, Mizzou quarterback Bo Pribula out with a leg injury. Matt Zellers will start. Missouri O-line has given up 18 sacks this season. But at the same time, A&M O-line has given up a lot of sacks too. A&M defense, 33 sacks this year, 10 by defensive end Cassius Howell. Missouri defense, 23 sacks, 6 by defensive end Damon Wilson, 5 by defensive end Zion Young. So, could be a pretty good battle there in Missouri. I think it probably will be. If y'all have heard me say that being an A&M fan ain't easy, you always expect them to lose some games. Almost lost to Arkansas. I was wrong about LSU. I thought LSU was going to step up there in Death Valley on Saturday night and beat them. A&M just blew them out of the water. I'm not looking past this game. You have to be up. When you're an A&M fan, you got to look at all sides of everything. So, I'm going to say it again. Not going to surprise me if A&M wins. Not going to surprise me if they lose. I'm just sitting here. A lot of us Aggie fans are just sitting here waiting for them to blow it like they do every year. But so far it hasn't happened. Maybe they'll wait until the end of the season to dangle it in front of us and then boom, lose the last couple. We'll see. Anyway, 2:30 on CBS. Number 6, Oregon. Man, they go to 6-2 Iowa. Oregon does score more points a game, more in total yards, passing and rushing, and they're better on third down. Both defenses given up an average of 13 points a game. That's pretty incredible. Oregon's more, 222 passing yards a game. He's got 19 touchdowns for the year, 4 interceptions, only been sacked 9 times. That's not too bad. Iowa's Gronowski. He averages 118 passing yards a game. He's got 4 touchdowns on the year. What's he got? 4 interceptions. But he's ran for 11 touchdowns, so I guess that kind of balances out and makes it up. I actually thought he's going to be better in the passing game this year. He came from South Dakota State, where he won a couple of championships. I figured Iowa's offense was just going to be on fire with this guy. They're good. I mean, they're 6-2, but I figured, I don't know. I thought maybe they might even have one loss and be undefeated by now, back in August, but shows you what I know. Ducks defense got 9 interceptions, as does Hawkeyes defense. They got 9 on the year also. 2:30 on ESPN, 3-6 Syracuse versus number 18 Miami. They are even in passing. Both average, though, under 156 in the rushing game. 2:30 on ESPN2, 5-4 Kansas versus 5-3 Arizona. 2 quarterbacks who are pretty even in their numbers. They've also both been sacked 17 times this year. So 2:30 on Fox, 5-4 Iowa State versus 6-2 TCU. TCU is 50% on third down this year. What is Iowa State? 38%. Hoover for TCU, 22 touchdowns, only thrown 6 interceptions. 2:30 on CBS Sports Network, 5-3 Duke goes to play 6-3 UConn. That might be a pretty good game. Both average 36 points a game, close in the rushing game and the passing game. 2 great quarterbacks. Both of them have 21 touchdowns this year in Mensah and Fagano. Bell for UConn, 11 touchdown catches this year. That might be the difference maker. 3 p.m. on SEC Network, 4-5 Auburn versus number 15 Vanderbilt. 2 storylines here. How does Vanderbilt bounce back from that loss in Texas? Remember, they were getting blown out at first, and they came back and made a run at it. And how does Auburn play now that they got rid of Hugh Freeze? A lot of times they get, teams get rid of a coach, and the morale is way up there. Think about it. How many times have you worked somewhere and the boss sucks, and you get a new boss? You get a new, or the manager sucks, you get a new manager, huh? How's that? See how that raises the morale? Things are better. Same thing in sports. Let's see what Auburn's morale is after that. Same thing with, which we'll mention here in a little bit. How's LSU how's their morale now they got rid of Brian Kelly? I mean, we don't know what all went on in the locker rooms there, but hey, if you're not doing too good, sometimes a change is good. 3 p.m. on ESPN+, 6-2 Kennesaw State versus 3-5 New Mexico State. New Mexico State only averages 68 rushing yards a game. They need to hit that transfer portal and get some running game going. Also on 3 p.m., ESPN+, 1-7 Georgia State versus 5-3 Coastal Carolina. Each of them average under 23 points a game. 3:30 on Big Ten Network. Number 24 Washington plays 2-6 poor old Wisconsin. Wisconsin only averages 13 points a game. That is incredible. Think of all those offenses they had under Barry Alvarez, under Brett Bielema, and even under Paul Crisp. And now they're only averaging 13 points. You got to wonder just how long they're going to hang on to Fickle. I mean, you're already in November. You might as well just let them finish out the year and then, Sunday after the last game say, see ya. But you never know. I mean, hell, you never know what they're thinking. 6 p.m. on ESPN, 5-3 Wake Forest versus number 12 Virginia. Virginia's kind of surprised this year. Didn't hear much talk about them in the offseason a whole lot. But, man, they're kind of a surprise this year. They are 50% on third down also. So they're pretty good offense. 6 p.m. on ESPN2, 5-4 Cal versus 14 Louisville. 2 good quarterbacks, actually. Moss for Louisville, 11 touchdowns, 6 rushing touchdowns. Cal's, let me see if I can say this guy's name. Cal's Sagapulute? Anyway, 11 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Cal running back Kendrick Raphael, He's got 10 rushing touchdowns, so he's having a hell of a year. 6 p.m. on ACC Network, 4-4 Florida State versus 3-5 Clemson. Remember this game was good? Remember years ago how a lot of times it kind of determined who was going to win the ACC? Remember it was Bowden versus Bowden back in the 90s and 2000s? Remember these two teams were really good when they played each other? Yeah, kind of fun to reminisce, isn't it? 6:30 on ABC. We mentioned it, 5-3 LSU going to number 4 Alabama. How does a Kelley-less LSU look now? Because we don't know all the things going on behind the, like, when a coach leaves, we don't know everything that went on there in the locker room, and we don't know what that coach was holding back on. Maybe offensive coordinators wanted to do something different, wanted to try new stuff, and the head coach said, "Nah, we ain't doing none of that." Well, now they can do that. So it's going to be interesting to see. Don't expect LSU to win. They got talent, but Alabama's just a damn good team this year. So keep an eye on it. It's going to be interesting to see how they play and how they respond to all this. But this one here, you might want to watch this one instead. 6:30 on NBC. 7-1 Navy versus number 10 Notre Dame. North Texas gave Navy their first loss. Was it last Saturday or the Saturday before? Still a damn good team, though. Horvath for Navy, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, but he's got 13 rushing touchdowns. Notre Dame's Carr, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's ran for 2 touchdowns. Jeremiah Love, man, that guy, 11 rushing touchdowns, 3 TD catches. And then Price, another part of that backfield, he's got 8 rushing touchdowns. Both score around 36 points a game. Navy gives up 24 on average. Notre Dame only gives up 20 on average in a game. Close on total yards, and Notre Dame dominates passing game. Navy does dominate the rushing game, and they are better on third down than the Irish. Navy defense has 19 sacks this year, 6 by nose tackle Landon Robinson. Notre Dame defense, 16 sacks also. Defensive lineman, how you say his name? Trey Orchas. He's got 6 sacks by himself. Notre Dame safety Luke Talich. Cornerback Leonard Moore. Safety Tate Johnson. All 3 of them each have 3 interceptions apiece. Usually people would watch the LSU-Alabama game, but this Navy-Notre Dame game looks quite a bit better. 6:30 on CBS Sports. 4-4 Utah State. Trying to break 500, man. They are just trying to. They play 1-7 Nevada. They could do it because Nevada only averages 14 points a game. 6:30 on the SEC Network. Florida versus Kentucky. Both of them are 3-5. Both trying to salvage their seasons as much as they can. 8 p.m. on Fox. 6-3 Nebraska. Remember they lost to USC last week at home. Well, now they're going out to the West Coast to play 3-5 UCLA. UCLA who lost also. So both of them are trying to bounce back from losses. Nebraska had that game. That first half, they dominated. The second half, they just kind of fell in their face. I don't know what the hell happened. 8:30 on FS1. 6-2 UNLV goes and plays 2-6 Colorado State. UNLV is averaging 37 points a game. Defensive back, Amaris Brown. He's got 2 pick sixes this year for the Rebels. Your late night. One is, the other is, looks like it might be all right if you can get it. 9 p.m. CW Network. Poor old 0-8 Sam Houston just up the road up north there. Goes out to Corvallis to play 2-7 Oregon State. Hey, it's late night college football, so, hell, you only have to really pay attention. Just put it on the TV and put some music on loud, and there you go. Now, 10 p.m. on Spec. If you get Spec. Pretty good one. 7-1 San Diego State versus 6-3 Hawaii. Hawaii is better in the passing game and on third down than San Diego State is. Timmy Chang has got that program going in the right direction. It's just a damn shame that it's not on something like, ESPN or something. But anyway, there it is. All right, hey, FCS. They're getting down to it. Playoff thing is starting to shape. So here's some interesting games to keep an eye on score if you're into FCS football. 6 p.m. on ESPN2 on Friday. Harvard going for 8-0. They play 1-6 Columbia. Unless they just take Columbia lightly, they'll probably get to 8-0 Friday night. Saturday, 11 a.m., ESPN Plus. Lehigh, they are going for their 10th win, 10-0. Again, they'll probably get it. They're playing 1-8 Holy Cross. I don't know what's happened to Holy Cross. They used to be a playoff team. 12 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Tennessee Tech, they are also going for 10-0. They play 3-6 Eastern Illinois. 1 p.m. 9-0 North Dakota State, going for a 10th win. They play their state rival, 6-3 North Dakota. That could be a pretty good one. 2 p.m. ESPN Plus. Montana, they are also going for 10-0. They play 4-5 Eastern Washington. This one is on TV. 3 p.m. ESPNU. 7-2 South Dakota State, playing their in-state rival, 6-4 South Dakota. Could be a pretty good game. Both those could be pretty good. The North Dakota rivalry and the South Dakota rivalries, those could be pretty good games. 3 p.m. ESPN Plus. This one should be on TV. You got a big one. Southeast Louisiana versus Lamar. Both of them are 7-2. Southeast Louisiana is always good. Lamar, not so much, but they've got a good team. Southeast Louisiana does have better numbers in most of the offensive categories, but still, they're playing there in Beaumont. Lamar is a good team. But it's on ESPN Plus. It's a damn shame that one's not on network. All the other FCS teams, good FCS teams, the playoff-bound ones, playing teams that are, yeah, so there you go. So that is it. Man, we're almost at Thursday afternoon. Weekend is almost here. Just a little while longer, it'll be here. Anyway, we'll be back Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, depending on what all goes on, to review everything that happens tonight into Saturday. Hey, enjoy the weekend. I hope it's going to be great weather. It's supposed to have really good weather here in Southeast Texas. Enjoy it. Enjoy football. Be safe. We'll see you next time.